Okay, Rod, so a tough 3-1 defeat at home to Wealdstone today. Would you say that the quality that they've shown this season to be top of the table was the difference today?
No. I'm not going to take nothing away from them, because at the end of the day they are where they are, and you have to give credit to people. You have to sort of say, you know, the points they've amalgamated over the start of the season has been fantastic. But no, listen, today we haven't been beaten by the better side. We've been beaten because we haven't been clinical in both boxes. I think they've scored, in my opinion, 3 cheap goals. The first one I could probably live with a little bit, the second 2 I can't. I thought they were very cheap. Direct free kick, and one, you know, a ball's been put in from another free kick, which I thought both free kicks were quite poor. I don't think they were free kicks. I think today any contact at all, the referee decided to penalise us, but that's my opinion. But you can't defend. We can't defend them type of situations like we did today with them set pieces. So for me, you know, we've been it's pretty much been a carbon copy of Chelsea City this season. Playing some good stuff, got some great players here, got lots of positives around that side of things, but in both boxes we keep letting ourselves down. Everybody says about how well we played at Eastbourne. Difference between Eastbourne, we scored goals at the right time, put ourselves 2-0 up. We should have been 2-0 up in 4 minutes today. And if we do that, then obviously, you know, I think it's a totally different game. But they've scored against the run of play. Then they come alive a little bit, to be fair, and they look better once they've got the goal. But, you know, we started second half and everything was fine, and then all of a sudden free kick and you turn around, it's gone straight in. From my point of view, that's very, very difficult. I can't do a lot about that other than look at the personnel. And then all of a sudden, 3 or 4 minutes later, they get another free kick, unopposed in the 6-yard box, and doesn't look like any of my defenders or goalkeepers have made an attempt, or my goalkeeper has made an attempt to try and sort of keep the ball out of the net. You know, it's all right, all looking round and blaming one another and saying, well, was it his man, was it my man? No, deal with it. And we haven't dealt with it, and that's what has put us behind today and cost us a game. It isn't that Wealdstone's come here and Wealdstone have played very well. Dean Brennan to go back here today, absolutely delighted with the result, but he knows his football, and he knows at the end of the day we concede his soft goals. And, you know, to be fair, I thought they defended fantastic in certain situations. I felt when we did get in the box today and we looked like we got a sort of a clean strike on the ball, they had people in there that just died and put a block on it. Anything that went in that they never dealt with, I felt their goalkeeper dealt with it quite well. Now we can say, did their goalkeeper have a great game, or did we put everything at him? Bit of both. I think if you look at the deliveries today in the box, yet again from Notty was excellent. Winfield got a great header from a delivery, but we've had probably about 7 or 8 of them. And, you know, doesn't matter how you get the ball in the box, they're chances. They're not half chances, they're good chances. And we haven't scored good chances. And then today we've gone and made 1 or 2 little mistakes. And the ball ends up in my net, and it's been the same problem all season. Very cheap. So I have to look at the situation now. I can't let it push on anymore. I think bringing Winfield in is good signing. Obviously, we never had Barry Cotter today, who got injured against Stanway. I don't think we had, obviously, missing the likes of Simpson and Rates and Muldoons. But there's no excuse for that today. That team's good enough to win that game. And I believe if you don't make the mistakes, I believe we sit in front of this camera or stand in front of this camera with a different result. But, you know, for me, I find it very, very difficult and disappointing, because I said to the lads there, you haven't played bad. I've just done a BBC interview. He said you played quite well. I said, yeah, but the truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter how well individuals played or some of the first or second half performances was, we've conceded really poor goals. And, you know, listen, that is one that ain't really what my teams do. But at the moment it is, and you know, I think people have got to take responsibility. And I'll look at the goals, and I'll assess the goals. I'll assess the free kicks that actually led to the free kick, and see if what we could have done better there. But I've got to see more from us keeping the ball out of the back of the net. And I think really at the minute some people are accepting it just too much, too easy, and yeah, it can't happen. So as I just said in the interview there, you know, I've got to make things happen. I've got to sort of roll the dice and bring one or two different situations to the table, and hopefully, because I do think we will score goals, but I think the problem that we've got with scoring goals, we're getting so, the confidence being drained, we're very low, because at the end of the day, when you're looking at the goals we concede, and I think it's killing the players. And I think if we'd have stayed in the game without, I said to him at half time, next goal wins the game, and it did, the second goal. But if I think we eradicated them silly free kicks, or even if they are free kicks, deal with them better. You know, let me goalie go and pull a worldie off for me. Great save, well done, son. That's what I need. Let me centre half come out and, you know, challenge the third goal, or the goalkeeper challenges the third goal. We get out of jail. I'm seeing teams defend hard against us. I'm seeing goalkeepers being active. I look at the goalkeeper down at Crimson Casuals, you know, not being funny, for the first 20 minutes, he was their best player, most important player. Saved the penalty in the first 30 seconds. I'm seeing all that, but I'm not feeling it here at the minute. I'm not feeling that we've got that sort of belief, nasty streak, or whatever else you want to put to it. I just think we're accepting that goals are going in our net, and like all players, they don't want to pass the buck at their players because they're all in this like a family. You don't want to point fingers, but it's down to me to identify and say, right, I've seen enough of that now, don't like it, so I'm going to change that, and that's what I've got to do, and that's the only way forward that I can see that I can, you know, stop this happening. Because, you know, you could go and have Cristiano Ronaldo up there today, but if you keep conceding these type of goals, you ain't going to win a game. You're going to have Lionel Messi up there today, but if you keep conceding these goals, but then people will turn around and say, we should have been 2-0 up. So it's a fine balance. You've got to start putting the ball in the back of the net, and goals change games, and goals win games, and poor goals to concede cost you games. And that's where we are at the minute. So I can't say I felt the lads had let me down. I thought the lads worked very hard, and to be fair, you know, we never give it in. Even at 3-1, we still kept trying to change it and move things about, and, you know, in the end, you know, if we'd have got maybe the second goal with 5 minutes to go, we might have done another chip in them. But unfortunately today we probably played against a little bit better opposition, and they never allowed us to get them opportunities. But I have to say, I thought Winfield done well today for his first game. Got a great header, and, you know, he must drive away from here thinking like, well, how we lost that game. But unfortunately, that's the reason why I brought him in. But I don't think that's just going to be the answer. I think I need to shuffle a little bit more to try and get the right balance.
And on Saturday we go to Tonbridge Angels. They beat Braintree, I believe, 5-1 today, so they'll be full of confidence going into that game. But, you know, what do you think that you need to do to get the players to have that nasty streak that you talk about, to stop those goals coming in our way, and start taking our chances? I think me and Nick need to reassess and just look at, there's one or two defensively that I'm not seeing enough of at the minute. I think they should be better. I'm seeing, you know, other situations that, you know, goals are going in fairly cheap, so we need to look at that. And we also need to, you know, try and sort of start scoring some half chances. You know, I mean, Welch has probably had a few in here in the first half. You know, Jeff has had a few half chances. Ego's had a few half chances. Little Andy Fennell, when he come on, had a great chance. Ball went behind him. You know, and I was pleased with the subs today. I thought the subs come on and give us an impact. But yeah, listen, this is a tough league, and, you know, you can see why, in my opinion, Wealdstone are where they are, and I don't think they were better than us today. But you can see where they are, because I think they've got a goalkeeper that's obviously doing his job when need be. I think their back four defended for their lives when need be. I think they took the goals at the right time when need be. That's what wins your games. It's simple. We're making mistakes when we don't need to. We're letting soft goals in too easy. And this is why we're on the other end of the results. So we need to try and find the balance that Wealdstone have got. And that's if you don't concede goals, you've always got a chance of winning the game.
and unfortunately yet again today we haven't managed to do that, and I can't see that. I haven't got a crystal ball at half time. I can't see that. I look down and think the boys are upbeat, everything, all the signs are there that we're going to have a go second half, and yet again I watched this the other week against Chippenham, poor goals, down at Crimson Casuals, poor goals. Watched this today again, in my opinion, poor goals. So, you know, somewhere along the line you've got to do your maths, and I've got to be active this week. And but listen, I suppose in one way, from a manager's point of view, when you can see what you are and what you ain't, then it makes it easier for me, you know. And I think I think that we just, whether it's going to be for the right reasons or wrong reasons, we need to have a change. We need to make one or two changes, and just hopefully that was the answer. So, but you know, I'll keep going. As I say, I was pleased with the performance. I don't think the boys were poor today. I don't think the boys sort of showed that they didn't try, especially at the end of the game when, you know, a lot of players, I mean, I said to Billy there, what a silly booking he got there, clapping the linesman. But, you know, listen, yet again, I can see how their frustration is here today with my players, because there was a lot of decisions out there that I thought were very strange, but I've got no control over that as well. So, you know, we have to just hope that we get the rub of the green, or we get a few decisions falling out in our favour, and we can capitalise on them. But when you're looking at the amount of chances we put in the box today, from corners, throw-ins, free kicks, we could have probably been standing there if we'd have been clinical today, and so we had 7 or 8. Unfortunately, we got one, which was probably the hardest one out of all of them. Great header, but we've conceded what I call 2 really soft goals and one that should be preventable from the cross.